Hi, everybody. It's Marion, of course, from my home office in the south of England, as you can see. Now, to begin with, some of you all have been sort of messaging me saying, "What is that behind you there, Marion?" So let me see if I can move in the right direction. Nope, there we go. Always get this wrong. That there is a big painting of my son, right? He has a very, very artistic friend and whose wife is from Africa, and he's into a lot of the traditional African arts, etc. So he did this picture of my son in that kind of style. And I saw it in an art exhibition. And I said to him, "Oh gosh, I like that." And the next thing I knew, it was arriving at my doorstep, all packaged up, etc., for me. So, yeah, absolutely love that. And one day, this young man's name is going to be famous as an international artist. And I can say I have one of his very early pieces. So that's my claim to fame for today. So, anyway, we've been talking about um, some of the things that you shouldn't do when it comes to trying to make money online and that kind of thing. You might be, well, you'll be very justified in asking, "So, Marion, what should I do?" Okay, so here's something I'm going to do. I'm doing this video in response to another um, factor, if you like, that we need to take into consideration when we think of building an online business. Okay, and that is the perceived lack of time. Okay, I say perceived lack of time because honestly, there isn't any lack of time. It's all a matter of how you use your time. And that is why, again, it's so important that you have somebody to mentor you, to show you the right thing to do, to make sure you're not wasting your time doing the things that you shouldn't do just for the sake of being busy, etc., etc. Right? So I sat down and I worked out this little calculation. And this is basically based on, what I do kind of thing. Right. So 6 to 8 hours sleep a day. I think 8 hours is a little bit too much for an adult. So I'm sort of happier with the 5 to 6 hours sleep. You might need the 8 hours sleep, right? 2 hours for washing, personal care, have the odd relaxing bath, etc., etc. 8 hours at your job, right? Remember, you have an hour in between at lunch. So keep that hour in mind. I want to talk with you about that. Let's put down 2 hours travel because I know when I used to commute into London, it used to take me 2 hours each way. Okay, absolute nightmare. But let's say a total of 2 hours travel, and that's brilliant time. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Put in 2 hours for gym, workout, walking, etc., etc., because it is so important to your overall health and well-being that you keep your exercise routine going. Yeah, it keeps your mind clear. It keeps your body in trim. It keeps your energy levels up. That kind of thing. And also, there's another way you can use that. I'll come back to that. You've got 2 hours of solid meal times, family times, that kind of thing. And you've still got, after all of that, you've still got 2 hours left over for building your dreams. Okay. Now, one of it must be my all-time favorite quote is one by Tony Robbins, where he says, "An entrepreneur will do today what others won't, so he can live his tomorrows like others can't." Okay, and that is especially so true for my age group bracket, right? Because a lot of us are kind of very thin on the ground when it comes to pension savings and all that kind of thing. And we have to do something very quickly to make things work. And then I think of the young families, like there's a young family who just joined me today. And the dad is very clear about what he needs to be doing in order to get his business moving. Right. Why? Because he has dreams. He has dreams for himself and he has dreams that his family, are going to benefit from. And this is why I think this is so important. So let's go back to these things, right? Now, you might say, what, just 2 hours a day building my business, Marion? Yes, if you use it wisely and you know what you're doing, those 2 hours will be more than sufficient. However, you actually have a lot more time than that. Let me show you how. Now, I do a lot of my personal development either Yes, it's usually when I'm just going to bed. When I'm waking up, I kind of do my own personal, I read the Bible. I will pray. I will start my day off in that way. But you might want to also use that time for personal development, etc. Stick your earbuds in, download the information from your back office, download it onto your MP3 player or whatever you want to, your phone, etc. Plug your earphones in, and you can be doing that while you're getting washed and ready for work. Get you nicely set up for the day, right? You can listen to that while you're traveling, while you're driving to work, cycling to work, whatever. Of course, it takes me like 2 minutes to come down from my bedroom to my office here, so I don't have that luxury. The other thing is, I walk, right? I can't exercise. I have a health issue which means any kind of vigorous exercise is not permitted. But you know what? It's kind of it's kind of I don't know, chicken and egg situation. I didn't do any vigorous exercise before that anyway, and now I have the perfect reason not to, right? But I do a lot of walking. Okay, now when I'm walking, I will have my phone with me, I will have my earbuds in, and I will be listening to either a training or mindset development, personal development, etc., right? So all of that, right? Obviously, when you're spending time with your family, meal times, etc., that's pure quality time with your family, enjoying your meal, that kind of thing. Ensure that you have a really good lifestyle while you're doing this. Because otherwise, what you'll start to do is you'll start to feel like you're sacrificing everything. Right, you'll start to feel like, oh my goodness, all my friends are out and I can't go out, or such and such, such and such. That doesn't matter. Now, I'm very, very particular about that. I hardly watch any TV except on days if I'm really not feeling up to it. Then I will crash for a couple of hours, watch totally mindless TV. And by the end of a couple of hours, I'm so embarrassed that I've sat and watched what I've watched that it puts me back in the right mind to get on with work, right? So that's the thing. It's more a question of how well you organize yourself and how well you utilize the time you have. And you can do that by cutting out all the things that don't serve you well. Okay, it might be for a period of 2 or 3 months or whatever, right? Might be 6 months, might be a year. But what is that in comparison to the rest of your life? I'd like to ask you that question. That's a really serious question, and I had to think about that when I reached the age of 50 and realized that if I didn't make the changes, I was going to have to continue working in an office job that I really didn't like that much forever. And even that wouldn't give me the kind of income I needed at the end of the day in order to enjoy my retirement the way I wanted to. Okay, so I had to take all that into consideration, make some changes to my lifestyle so that I became um, a lot more intentional about what I did. Because I was a great one to pick up the phone and talk with somebody for an hour, go out shopping, go out gardening, and by the time I knew what had happened, my entire day had gone and I got nothing done. Right, which is why I'm so grateful for being in this particular team and having the blueprint that we have, in that I know every single day I have certain things to get done, things that will develop my business and things that will brand me as I am. And while I'm doing that, I'm helping others get an idea of what is required to build this internet marketing lifestyle. Okay, the freedom I have is incredible. I can pop out to the beach. We live near the seaside here. I can pop out there midweek, and there's not another soul on the beach. I can walk for miles there, absolutely just with my own thoughts and myself, right? I love it. And not another soul, no distractions, nothing. If I wanted to go down there, if I was at work and I could only go down there at weekends, it's absolutely heaving with people. Now, don't get me wrong, I love people, I love sitting down, love chatting with people, etc. But when I want to be on my own, I want to be on my own. And this way, I have the freedom of being able to do that. And that's the difference of putting in the hours, doing what it takes, so that you can then live life on your terms. Okay, I hope that's helped you. And if you'd like to know more about how I can help you achieve your goals, maybe you need to clear debts, pay off your mortgage, build your pension fund, all that kind of thing, let me know, right? Message me down there and just say, Marion, please send me information, and I will do that for you, right? You take care. All the very, very best. Blessings to you. Bye now.